Picture this. If your child had a built-in alarm system, it wouldn't sound like sirens. There wouldn't be flashing lights, no loud warnings, no dramatic moment where everything suddenly stops. Instead, it would look like a quiet red light blinking in the background. Soft, almost invisible, like a submarine slowly descending, while everything inside still feels normal. And somewhere in the control room, a voice says, "Prepare for impact." But no one hears it. Because here's the truth most parents never realize until it's too late. Kids don't make noise when something's wrong. They go quiet. They get subtle. They change, just enough to be noticeable, but easy to ignore. A simple, "I'm fine." A personality shift you can't explain. Silence where there used to be laughter. Parents expect danger to show up loud, but danger doesn't shout. It hides in normal behavior. And the signs? They're microscopic, until one day, they're not. Today, we're breaking down the 9 silent alarms your child may already be sending. Signals so small they're easy to dismiss, but too important to miss. Because sometimes, the difference between a child who opens up and one who shuts down completely is whether someone noticed the quiet signs early enough. Red flag number 1, the personality 180, aka who is this child and where is mine? Kids don't just wake up one day as completely different people. If your child suddenly shifts from talkative to withdrawn, from calm to easily irritated, from confident to unsure, that's not random. That's a signal. Because big personality changes are rarely about attitude. They're about protection. When something feels emotionally unsafe, kids don't always explain it. They adapt. They shrink themselves. They hold back. They react in ways even they don't fully understand. And here's where most parents get it wrong. They say things like, "Why are you acting like this? Stop being dramatic. Just go back to normal." But there is no normal anymore. Something changed. And when you dismiss the behavior, you accidentally teach them something dangerous. My feelings aren't safe to share here. Instead, try this. "Hey, I've noticed you seem a little different lately. I'm not judging, just checking in." That sentence does something powerful. It doesn't pressure, it doesn't accuse, it simply opens the door. And sometimes that's all a child needs. Red flag number 2, the "I'm fine" mask, aka the most dangerous 2 words in parenting. I'm fine. It sounds harmless, but in reality, it's one of the most loaded phrases a child can say, because kids don't say fine when everything is actually fine. Fine usually means, "I don't want to talk about it. You might not understand. I don't want to make things worse. I'm trying to handle this alone." And sometimes it means, "I don't feel safe enough to tell you the truth." Here's the twist most adults miss. Kids don't always hide things because they don't trust you. Sometimes they hide things because they think you can't handle it. They're protecting you while they're the ones struggling. So when you hear "I'm fine," don't take it as an answer. Take it as a signal. Red flag number 3, the friend group whiplash, aka sudden social changes that don't add up. Kids don't just randomly abandon their friend group. So when your child suddenly stops talking about old friends, avoids mentioning new ones, withdraws socially, changes who they spend time with completely, that's not just a phase. That's a shift. Because kids don't just choose friends. They choose reflections. A child who feels lonely finds lonely people. A child who feels misunderstood finds others who feel the same. A child who is struggling often finds others who are struggling. Their social circle becomes a mirror of their internal world. And when that mirror suddenly changes, you should pay attention. Red flag number 4, privacy that feels like hiding, aka when independence turns into secrecy. Every child deserves privacy. That's normal. But there's a difference between privacy and panic. If your child slams screens shut when you walk in, becomes defensive over simple questions, avoids eye contact when asked about their day, starts hiding things more than usual. That's not just independence, that's containment. And what's being contained is often not rebellion, it's shame. And shame thrives in silence. The more it's hidden, the bigger it grows. Red flag number 5, the academic drop, aka when school performance suddenly crashes. Kids don't suddenly stop caring about school for no reason. When grades drop fast, it's rarely about intelligence, it's about capacity. A stressed brain can't focus. An anxious brain avoids. An overwhelmed brain shuts down. So when school performance changes, don't just ask, why aren't you trying? Ask, what's making this hard right now? Because the problem usually isn't the work, it's what's happening underneath. Red flag number 6, the quiet that feels different, aka calm versus shut down. Not all quiet is peaceful. Some quiet is heavy. If your child suddenly stops laughing, stops arguing, stops expressing opinions, stops reacting to things they used to enjoy, that's not maturity, that's disconnection. Quiet kids don't always ask for help. They don't act out. They don't create problems. They simply disappear emotionally. And that makes them easy to miss. Red flag number 7, the body speaks first, aka when behavior doesn't match words. Kids might say they're okay, but their body often tells the truth first. Watch for tension, avoidance, flinching, sudden stillness, changes in posture. These are signals, not of attitude, but of safety, because the body reacts to danger long before the mind explains it. Red flag number 8, sudden avoidance, aka I don't want to go. If your child suddenly refuses to go somewhere they used to enjoy, that matters, because avoidance is rarely random. It's specific. It points somewhere, a place, a person, an experience. And instead of forcing them to go, try understanding why they stopped, because avoidance is often the clearest map to the problem. Red flag number 9, emotional swings that feel extreme. Yes, kids have emotions, but when those emotions become sudden, intense, unpredictable, hard to explain, that's not just growing up. That's a nervous system under pressure. And those emotions, they're not the issue. They're the signal. What you do next changes everything. Here's the part that matters most. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to fix everything instantly. You just need to be safe. Stay calm. Your reaction becomes their filter. Lead with safety. You're not in trouble. I'm here. Ask gently. One question is enough. Stay present. Not overwhelming, not distant, just there. Don't take it personally. If they push you away, it's often because you're the safest place they have. Final message. Kids rarely say, I'm not okay, but they always show it in behavior, in silence, in small changes that are easy to overlook. Danger doesn't shout, it whispers. And the strongest parents aren't the ones who control everything. They're the ones who notice the whisper and stay long enough to hear the rest.